All right. G'day, hey, hi, and welcome. All right, so Thunder's a kind of update. So I just took him for a test drive. I didn't really fix him, but he didn't do the thing to me. Have an idea of stuff to try. Desperation, of course. Maybe this weekend, if I get a chance, I'm gonna see if I can clean the throttle body. Hopefully that'll help. Got a little bit of seafoam in the tank. Got almost a full tank there, so. Take him up for another test run tomorrow to work. Fairly local, so like really close to me. So, you know, I don't want to take him far until I see if he's done doing his fit. I don't think so because you can tell the engine's starting to run rougher. Just there's a hint of roughness in there. But anyway, so when I go to work, okay, and I get paid, I get money in my hand. It's like money. What I do is I then write down what I made, okay? And I have expense category, the cost of the truck, everything. I've oil changes, parts, whatever. Category 1. Category 2 is fuel, okay? And I've, between last year and this year, since last October to now, and we are now at the end of August, I've spent almost $1,500 in fuel. But most of my work is local. Okay, so that's actually not bad, considering, you know, almost a year and under $2,000 of fuel. But that's still a lot. But, you know, that's $1,500 out of a guy that makes 12 to 15 grand a year. That's a big chunk, right? But wait, there's more. There's another category, and this is what I made. And what I do is, okay, if I got paid $20, I put $20. If I got paid $100, I put $100. And then I add it all up. So I paid $62 for the truck. If you add everything else, insurance, everything that I've done to put into this truck, I'm at just a tad bit under $9,700 in about a year, right? So how much have I made since I've had this truck? Well, with this truck, I've made about 11,400 or something like that. So the truck owes me absolutely nothing, right? But I haven't made money with it yet, in the sense that I've recouped my cost, made enough money to replace it, and then made enough money, you know, after you need to basically make about 4 times what you've put into it to really make money. And then you're ahead and stuff like that. So right now I've got pretty much not a cent to my name kind of thing. Just everything hit me really hard this year. But I'm at that point where, obviously I can't buy another vehicle. So if I don't solve the riddle of what's wrong with them, you know, like it's, you know, I'm down and out for like probably the next 3-5 years to save up for another vehicle, because I can't do payments and stuff because I don't have consistent enough work for that. That's why I have to save up, which is 10 times harder. Like if you knew you were going to get paid Monday to Friday, 360, you know, like 300, you know, like works 365, you know, like maybe not all 365 days, but you knew you had solid employment. You can go take loans and stuff like that, and then you don't care about the stuff. But for guys like myself that, you know, like I can't go get a loan because I can't guarantee how much money I'm going to make month after month. I may make a few $1,000s in one month and make like $200 or $300 the next month. You know what I mean? In the summertime I do better, but in the wintertime it's pretty much, there's almost zero work whatsoever. So that's what gets me. But the thing is I'm at a zero sum right now where I've recouped the cost on everything and the operational cost, but I haven't made any money. I just basically made enough to cover and a little bit of what I put into it. So if I don't get another year out of this thing, if this, you know, like I don't know how long this truck is going to last, you know, it's starting, you know, you guys follow the channel, you know the problems with the truck, or you know that I have problems. Nobody knows what the problem actually is, but yeah. But if I can make enough money to take it to the mechanic, to at least diagnose it. And that's one of the things I want everything tested. Even if I can't afford to fix it, I want to say, okay, how much is it to run every system, diagnostic, every single thing on this truck? You know, let's see what it needs, and then go from there. If they say, okay, you need $18,000 worth of work, well, it looks like I'm looking for another truck, right? My other option is don't worry about the truck for this year. It made it as far as it made it. Uh, Save up, buy a little beater car, which I can actually buy on a credit card, and hopefully it lasts long enough to make the money to fix this thing, and then just do everything. You know, once I say I save up 6 grand, and it can, let's say 4 to 6 grand can do everything that I need to do this thing, then yeah, I'm gonna do that, because like I say, the body's in good shape, all that stuff. It's a beautiful truck. You know, it's the nicest vehicle I've ever owned, and whatever. But you know, it is what it is. You know, like it's kind of one of those catch-22s all the time, right? Where you don't have quite enough money to get ahead of it. That's why you need 2 vehicles. So I don't want to have an extra vehicle in the yard, but even if I park this thing all winter and say, you know what, okay, I'm going to be off in the winter, I'm only going to do jobs where, you know, I don't need the truck anyway. You know, it'd be different if it was like, okay, well, Reg, I need you Monday to Friday all winter. Then, okay, yeah, then, you know, but if that was the case, I'd have a newer vehicle just simply due to the fact that I'd have more gainful employment, right? So it's just the way the cookie crumbles around here. But that's where I'm at. So that's what the truck has made me so far in a year. So if this truck can, you know, last another, say, 3 or 4 years, it does have a potential to make me a lot of return on investment. So, you know what I mean? Plus replace it whenever it does go for like the final, once it's down for the final count, which you know, I'm not going to like that day, but you know, it's something that I can prepare for. So it's like, okay, as long as I have enough money to tow it home, you know, when I see a big billowing smoke coming out of the hood or whatever, and it's like, okay, that's it. You know, this is shot, that's shot. You know, it's going to cost you way more than what it's worth to fix it. Then, okay, you sell it for parts or whatever, you know. The idea of pulling an engine out of this truck and putting it into that truck and all that stuff, like it'd be different if I had time to do that in a shop to do that in, but I don't have a place to work. Like, you know, I can't even fit the truck in there. So like, there's no place for me to work on a truck like this. So it's kind of like, if I can't pay somebody to fix it, like I need stuff that works now, not stuff that, oh, it just needs this. No, if it's not ready to go, I don't buy it, you know? But unless you're catch-22 and you have no choice. Like this was the best truck I could find for the money, $6,200. You know, like, you know, there was nothing in the $6,200 range that I've seen since I bought this truck that, you know, like the body, I mean, there's a little bit of rust on it, but like the cab corners are good. The rockers are still in it. Like you know, like this truck's not rusted out. Anything at $6,500, even up to $8,500 is like, you know, like this is all gone and all that. So like this truck is worth putting money into. It's just, to what point do you go with a used vehicle? You know, like a complete rebuild of a truck like this is not exactly what I want to get into, right? I mean, I'm going to be doing that to that truck, sure, over time, but that's not a priority, that truck. So even if it takes me 10 years to get that truck prestige, it doesn't matter. It's like, that's whenever I have disposable income. But I need this truck running to get the disposable income. So far, it doesn't owe me a thing. So if this is the you know, the last ride of the day for Poor Thunder, which technically today would count as a rebirth of this truck. I got it going. I didn't take it far, but again, we'll see what happens tomorrow with it. And by the weekend, if I can get the throttle body all cleaned out and see how that, you know, because I'm getting near the end of August here, so it's like, okay, maybe I'll go September. The oil doesn't look too bad in it. I mean, it was changed in not that long ago anyway, so about every 2 months you're going to be changing it anyway, you know, based on mileage, based on whatever. I go based on color, you know, because it's like, if it's still kind of a honey brown, it's getting dark, you can start to see the dark stuff in it, but it's like, you know, no matter what, you do an oil change just before the winter anyway. If you want your vehicle to start good in the winter, just do an oil change. You'd be surprised what that does for you. Yeah, good battery and a good oil change. But if I could figure out why it's doing what it's doing, and have like, you know, like I'll get it to the shop, and one mechanic, my buddy was like, he's better friends with him than I am. So he's like, yeah, could you really look at my buddy? Like, he goes, none of the other mechanics want to look at his truck. And it's not like, I'm asking, like, the impossible, right? So, but if he has the code reader and he can has the code reader that can do a full diagnostics and run everything, because there's code readers where you get them and you can actually run the machine and find out if your fuel pump's faulty, find out if all your injectors are working, if you have a weak one. Maybe it's the injectors just need to be cleaned on this thing. Maybe the throttle body is done on it. I don't know, right? Maybe it's all of the above. Maybe the coil packs, I have a few faulty ones, right? The code reader might not catch everything, but it might give me a better idea of what's on the list to get. Like, it might need everything. It is an older vehicle. Those are the original coils and original injectors and original throttle body, original fuel pump, original. It might need all that stuff. The evap system. It might be that. I don't know. Like, there's ways to test it, right? So it's just, at least if I had an idea of codes that were telling me what to look for, then I can make a list of what to fix first, priority stuff first. And then maybe I get 5 or 6 years extra out of this truck, which would be awesome. It would be awesome. But anyway, that's where it stands. I'll keep you guys posted. Give Thunder a thumbs up for at least earning his keep back. Yeah, great truck. Just got to get him, just got to work the bugs out of him. That's all. All right, there we go.